Hello again, everyone. Jonathan Rochandour here, and I think I'm going to make this the last of the Getting Started series for Freeroam because, honestly, everything beyond this is going to be just leveling. Let's see here. I just got myself to level 5. I'll show you what we got here. Don't worry, no mods are turned on or anything like that. I've been doing a lot of testing lately, which is partially for the reason for the delay in this video. Sorry about that. But, yeah. Got myself to level 5. And we got our new ship here, the Wolverine. Now, what we did, or what I did, however you want to put it, is I just traded in the old ship. That way we got to carry over all the enhancements that I had without having to rebuy them all. And I also got real lucky with some of the ships that I captured. They had nice ISIS plasma weapons. Now, normally I would stick to the lasers, but it's hard to really turn down an ISIS when it presents itself. I've still got the single ripper here. And with the money I made, I was able to trade up to a Synth of 3 on all of my weapons here, giving me great battery energy recharge. Let's see here. Got the G-Tech 3, I think a Vega 3 for the best recharge, Regen 3 on the power core, Condor 3 for top speed, and a Locust 3 for maximum transport capacity. Now the beauty of that on this ship is this now has 24 troopers it will send over at a time. It'll capture pretty much any gunship in one go, except for maybe a Luna or a Rakan, I think. And it's more than a match for some frigates even. And maximum trooper count on this thing is 36, plenty to send over. Now I don't think I've actually spent my last few points here, but again, put them to light support sabotage. And then here, to make things easier for capturing, we'll put it into field commander. And basically just follow that pattern until level 15. And up until around level maybe 30, we'll continue this whole money making process. You know, go around, capture ship, sell it. And as you can see, we came up here to Mycena. We had to fly through hostile territory to get here. Not always the funnest thing to do. But all I did was assassination missions until I finally got enough money. And then I did a bunch of maintenance, science, and similar missions to get the XP I needed to level up. Now we're at pretty much the right level to do our first side mission, which will give us a lot of money and XP. And honestly, what we've been doing in the first few episodes is, or the first 2 episodes, is basically what you'll do until like level, like I said, 30 I think. By that point you should have a lot of money. I mean, if you look at what I'm holding on to now here, we got 2 million already, which is enough to get us started on affording better ships. I think we can already afford our next ship even. If not, we're close. And now that we're level 5, we'll be running into more Corvettes instead of, ooh, speaking of things we don't want to run into, let's get out of here while he's coming at us. Yeah, you always want to keep an eye out for those guys. They won't follow you, like I said. You see, he's still just heading towards the station making his normal rounds. They usually have to get within 1,000 or so to actually start tracking you, so he'll be left far behind. We're going to go ahead and head back over here to Trinity. Probably do the side mission. Show you the benefit of doing those, because those are definitely something you want to do as they pop up if you think you're capable. Because that is a lot of XP. Now, this is a dangerous area to be crossing through. Not because of that guy. That guy's not all that dangerous, but we are in, I think, Directorate territory right now, and... Oh no, this is only Anarchist. Still not exactly our level, so it's not someplace we want to stay. And this is going to be Directorate territory where we definitely don't want to be. But at this low level, they won't harass you nearly as much, so it's pretty much safe to cross through it, as long as you don't stop and try and fight. Huh, I guess Anarchist territory is actually pretty low level. Didn't expect that, honestly. Yeah, just a bunch of Lyras. So I guess this is a place you can come to capture stuff, but that means heading through Vaynor, and I don't really recommend that, because this is Directorate turf, and you do not want to be here early level. Sorry for my throat, it's just summer weather. Got bad allergies going. Oh yeah, this is definitely not a place we want to be. As you can see, they've got a frigate already on us. There could be insider cruisers here as well that we really don't want to have to deal with. Now you see, by having these Syntha 3s on, we'll actually have a higher uptime on our weapons. As you can see, we hit pretty hard with these. But honestly, we're just kind of flying around until we get our engines back. And hoping they don't have another PTE disruptor ready for us. As we're going to be seeing a lot of frigates, some potential insiders. Technically things out of our level range that we don't want to deal with. Can you take them at this level? Yeah, it's not exactly impossible. It's not even really all that hard. It's just not something you really want to do. I mean, I could probably capture one of those for a good chunk of change if I wanted to at this level. In fact, let's put that theory to the test. Since this is a frigate, it'll survive some firepower. Now, the problem with using the ISIS is that we're going to be doing a lot of damage. That means, well, we gotta watch our fire carefully. We might spike him down on accident, basically. Okay, yeah, he had a feeling he'd repair. Kind of to be expected. Now, we don't want to start until we got him at half health, of course. Okay, let's see. Now... Okay, don't know why it was still shooting at him, because it shouldn't have been. Looks like we're not going to get him after all. Nah. But as you can see, we got him down to 11 troops, so... It's far from impossible. It just takes a little bit of luck, really. Like I said, they're not exactly hard to destroy as long as you keep yourself moving if you got the right weapons. So yeah, they're not exactly something you have to fear, just as you can see, their weapons do hurt a lot, so you don't want to stick around. Fight a whole bunch of them. You know, at level 5. That's also why you don't see me coming over this way right now, is because this is all Directorate, and then over here is Empire, and you just don't want to be there this early. It's not a fun place to be. So yeah, pretty much the first 15 levels is grinding out your money, making sure you're set for the rest of the game for the most part. once you're around 15, 20, you'll have yourself a nice frigate. And with a frigate, you can probably take down a couple of the heroes, which will set you up with even more money. And that's really all there is to getting started in Starpoint. After that, you can go around playing as you please in Freeroam. Have a nice chunk of change to keep you going. And one thing I highly recommend is we got a huge chunk of money, so actually let's go save ourselves money by heading over to Spire Station, which is 2 sectors south of Hogosha. So we're going to have to use a T-gate to get there, which is going to cost us a small sum. But for that small sum, we're going to get free T-jump drives, pick up a few special licenses that'll help keep our income always going up, and maybe a few pirate hunting licenses as well. But that's really all there is to it. I mean, I wanted to make this a longer video series, but it's going to get boring after this point of me just, grinding out the money and basically doing the same thing. Essentially, once you get to like level, 50, well, level 30 or so, you'll switch over to a new kind of build. You won't really need to capture ships anymore, so you can drop field commander and then pick the rest based on what weapons you've got picked. And then you can drop life support and then go for any skill. Well, life support sabotage and pick up whatever skill you want. And if you don't want to be an engineer to start with, you can use this technique with any class. It's just engineer has it easiest because of the life support sabotage. But really, anyone can do it. Any class. You'll just have to try and lower your opponent's hull to about half before you start boarding to have a much higher success chance of capturing a ship. And even then, as long as you've got a good transporter, or a ship with a good transporter, a good enhancement on there, and an officer to increase your troop strength, you're pretty much golden. So yeah, we just go to Planet Hogosha. It should be labeled as such. Yep, right there, 120k. I mean, these licenses are going to be fairly expensive. I think the free T-gate use one is 250, but if you're someone that uses T-gates a lot, that will basically pay for itself in 2 or 3 jumps. And where we want to be is like right around here somewhere. And this is all safe, friendly territory. You might see a hero or something, but just keep going, they'll leave you alone. Oh my goodness. This weather, allergies going crazy right now. Sorry about the dog. So yeah, Spire Station here is probably one of the most amazing stations in the game. For one simple reason. I'll show you when we get there. Anyways. Wait. They've changed it? Well, my mistake. This station used to have every license in the game, and I guess they removed that. It wasn't listed in the patch notes. Okay, so you can forget that last bit. There's no point in heading to Spire anymore. I don't know what's sold here. I guess you can get a Freya here. Probably carry ISIS 3s, yeah. Get those here. Well, don't I look silly? I honestly did not know that they changed this. But yeah, the idea is to find the licenses you'll want, and Super Travel will get you free T-Gate travel. Um, all the companies have uh, stocks you can buy, which will give you free money, basically, every time the blue bar down here fills. So you can get up to like 70k I guess that's a month, so up to 70k a month. Um, there's bounty hunting licenses, army licenses, things of that nature you can pick up from various factions. There's a few faction licenses you don't need though, like the Nyx Consortium, the Aeolian Compact, the Union Mining one. Those are actually not needed anymore. They were going to be part of the game, but got in the way of the actual campaign. Which I guess will bring me to my last point. I really do recommend doing the campaign. It can be long your first time through, but you'll get some amazing rewards for doing it, huge amounts of money, and it really is just the best way to start the game. It's basically just feeding you money as you play, and you'll find it much easier to keep up with your level without having to go out of your way to play capture the ship all the time. But if you're going to do free roam, your best bet is to just capture ships early, build up your money supply, and really just, yeah, I mean, I'm really finding it hard to find anything else to say about, how to help get started, because that's really the big thing, is just capture ships, sell them, and make bank. Use the Wikia to find out which ship you want next, or if you don't want to use that, just kind of explore the stations, find the ship you want when you reach your next rank. Remember, every 5 ranks is you can pilot a new ship, except for rank 15, I think it is. I think you have to get to rank 20 to get a frigate after you get your destroyer, or no wait, you have to wait till 20 to get a destroyer, I think, after you get a frigate at 10? Yeah. But yeah, there is a rank in there where you won't be able to get anything, but you will always get 1 perk every 5 levels, a skill every level. When you're playing, I probably shouldn't be using these ISIS. As you saw, it was draining my energy really, really fast. They're not nearly as accurate as a beam weapon. And I'll probably trade over to a Warlock. I would not recommend switching over to the ISIS cannons here. They're just a way to drain on your energy supply this early. Maybe the Ripper would be a better choice even, because that's, much less strain and still a lot of damage. But beam weapons are definitely easier to capture ships with. Also, the other thing I had to do was, configure my turrets. 65k to buy 1 turret, and you have to buy 3 to max it out at 4, so that was a fair price to pay. But the first one always comes free on all sides, so that was the only one I had to max out, and I just brought over the Mongoose from the old ship. That's pretty much all there is to it. If people really want me to continue this and show you, how to keep doing this, I guess, I mean, I don't know what more I can say to help at this point. Capturing ships, once you know how to do it, is just a fairly simple affair. And that's like the best way to make money. when you need to make XP, just actually complete the missions by blowing ships up, do whatever quests you can, and then just keep a lookout for your next ship. You can either go for a troop capture ship like the ones I get early on, or if you don't want to play that way, go for something more along the lines of blow up everything, which, you know, they've got ships that do that better than this, a lot better. So yeah, that's pretty much all the advice I can give. Once you hit level 5, pick up a Wolverine, start capturing more ships, start exploring a little. When you find yourself out of your league, get out of there. Pick up the important licenses, like the super travel, the bounty collecting licenses. There's a Trinity State Trooper license to destroy Syndicate ships, and I think Vanquis ships. Or is it Vanquis? I don't know. And then there's just a lot of licenses that will help you earn money and save money. And that's really all there is to getting started. At this point, I'm just rambling to fill up space, I'll be honest. I mean, this video is only, what, 20, wait, it's 21 minutes? I am so sorry I just rambled on for 21 minutes about the same thing. Anyways, yeah. Once you reach this point, you should be good to go on your own, and I'm sorry for wasting so much time. I hope this little trilogy of videos has helped people out. If you need a little more help, feel free to ask. I will see if I can't figure out some more tips. Also, as a side note, in this patch 1.5, I'm one patch ahead. Cloak stability officially works. So if your thing is staying hidden while killing your enemy, you can do that now. Cloak stability lets you remain stealth while cloaked while firing your weapon. It's a percentage chance each shot that you will decloak. It caps out at 80% that you won't decloak. I know this because I had a Corvus Mark II, which is 50% stability plus a 50% stability enhancement and a 10% stability officer, and it was only 80%. So yeah, that's the only way. It caps at 80. So remember, if it's not working all the time, random is random. But yeah, that's really all I can offer in the way of tips in the early game. Capture ships, don't complete missions until you're ready to level, and yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it. Make money until you can afford your next ship, level up, and repeat the process. Eventually you'll reach a point where your income's self-sustaining, you don't have to keep up that process all the time, and you're good to go. Like I said, I highly recommend just doing the campaign. I know the voice acting can be ear-shatteringly bad sometimes, but you can just turn on some music in the background or something and ignore the voice acting. I know the cutscenes are unskippable as well, so, but you get free weapons, and these are good weapons you only get from the campaign, like the Shredder, the Joker, the Bullseye. Those are like the best railguns in the game, and you can only get them by completing the campaign. You can get almost as good of weapons from blueprint drops, but yeah, that's, you know, more RNG. And I've got a guide on Steam all about farming blueprints if you need help with that. So I guess I'm going to call it here, because I'm just rambling to fill up 30 minutes. So I guess I will try to think of either a new video series, or maybe I'll start a nice Let's Play. Starting to learn how to edit videos so I can do some recorded Let's Plays. I'll probably do some streaming as well. But the streams, I admit, streaming this game's fairly boring unless you got a big audience in your chat talking to you, and it's hard to build up a big audience when you're spending 10 minutes going between point A and point B sometimes. Especially when you're penny pinching early game, saving the money and not buying T drives. So I'm gonna go ahead and just say, have a good one, everyone. Hopefully soon I'll have some more videos out. If not, I apologize. I don't really have any kind of schedule I can keep. I just never know what I'm gonna do or when I'm gonna do it. Also, look forward to the new free DLC that's about to come out. And with that, catch y'all later. Have a good one.